What happens when creativity no longer begins with intuition alone, but with data? When algorithms don't just analyze the world, but attempt to interpret it, feel it, even imagine it? In today's episode of Today and Tomorrow, we explore the shifting relationship between humans and machines, and where art meets artificial intelligence, and where technology becomes a mirror of our collective future. Our guest today works at the intersection of creativity, science, and emerging technologies, shaping experiences that exist far beyond traditional screens or galleries. His work invites us to slow down, to question our authorship, and to reconsider what it means to create in an age of intelligent systems. We'll be talking about data as emotion, machines as collaborators, and the responsibility that comes with creating work for millions of people in public space. So, welcome to Today and Tomorrow. I am Alex Pinker, and as always, I'm joined by Dieter. Dieter, it's so nice to have you here again. How are you?
Oh, always nice. I keep repeating this, and because I always can praise our guests, because I met Ferdi at in Barcelona when I was giving out the latest Holistic World Innovation Trophy, and he's an amazing artist, and I was really thrilled by the work he presented there, and so I'm very happy, Ferdi, you're here now with us and to share this to our audience, and yeah, it's amazing what can be done and what the future will bring. And it's a really nice example of a positive approach on all the problems we have. Or to forget about the problem because the future can also be bright.
So, very nice to have you, Ferdi. If you want to, would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much again for such an amazing invitation. I am so happy to be here and conversation with you guys. And I am so excited. So I am Ferdi Alici from Out Studio. I am director and new media artist. And we have been doing that kind of the artworks last approximately more than 17 years. And we already created more than 75 art pieces around the world for 75 cities and countries. Actually, basically, we're trying to integrate art, science, and technology inside of the public spaces in a poetic way. And we strictly work with the data. And our main motto is data as a paint, algorithm as a brush, since 2008 or something like that. And the last more than 8 years, 7 years around, we strictly collaborate with the different type of the AI algorithms. We are pioneering about these fields from the beginning. And during our conversation, I'm going to give to the much more deeply information about our creative structure, experiential, complex the techniques, and what kind of the statements and the visions behind all that artworks, and how we could integrate algorithms inside of our creative pipeline. I'm going to share with you.
Mm-hmm. Ferdi, was there a moment when you realized that technology like AI or data was no longer just a tool or fuel, but a creative medium in your own right? When did you realize that this would be a wonderful approach to start?
Actually, the first of all, I think the AI is not a tool. During our artistic expressions, we realized that the AI a kind of the friend, a kind of the collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
For example, 2018, we created world biggest AI exhibition in Paris with Atelier de Lumière, and approximately 1 million people experienced in 9 months. It was the huge reaction from the people. It was the first digital museum in Paris, by the way. So during to do that exhibition, we are using we're a high level technology, but we are not technology based studio. We are idea based. So it means the idea
Mm-hmm.
always comes first. and we're trying making happen that idea according to exist technology. But the technology is not enough generally. We had to hack the technology, or we have to invent the technology.
Mhm.
So during that time, when we created the world biggest AI exhibition, we have an idea. And then every project starting with the big question. That question was about, can we create super scientist consciousness using machine learning and
Mhm.
AI algorithm? And so for the immersive experiences, that was the fundamental question. And but we don't have any idea how we can do that. The first of all, we focus on the collected precious data from the famous scientist books like Einstein, Hawking, Galileo,
Mhm.
who's the change the destiny of the world. And we collected 20 billion lines books from the that scientific community, and we invented our AI algorithm made by Python coding. 2018, it means there is no ChatGPT, there is no runaway with journey, nothing, just the
Mm.
GAN algorithms and TCN algorithms, a couple of the AI classifications, because you could the access the in publicly. But according to the Python coding, the our AI algorithm reading entire that data archive 30 times and starting to write their own books. So during to that the collaboration between the algorithm, we realized that this is not tool. This is a kind of the consciousness, that looks
Mhm.
like the artist making decision with the own way, with the algorithm's ways. So it means you cannot say it just a tool. And
Mhm.
but during to that time also, and all that times actually, according to our artistic practices, the another fundamental question is, what does it mean to be an artist in the 21st century with the AI and technology? Because actually we have a same mindset like a 500 years ago painters like a Van Gogh,
Mhm.
Michelangelo, Leonardo, but our tools are very different in this century. So this is the different type of the art forms with the different outputs, and we really like to how can I say, the play between the reality and virtual the words, because right now it's so blurry, and it's an amazing opportunity that you can play and you can change the perception of the humanity in a poetic way. So there are
Mhm.
multiple layers, not just the artistic way, not just the technical way. Also, the philosophy is different, and you can make the too many questions, the too many ethical questions, or too many the scientific questions for making art. Yeah, it's not just to represent to just one medium. It's so hybrid, and that hybrids it's coming not just from the one statement from the technical side is so hybrid, from the data integration and scientific part is the so
Mhm.
hybrid, and also philosophy, the vision behind the artwork, it's a statement of the artwork so hybrid. It's coming from the different fields. I mean, the like a novels, science, the neuroscience, or the quantum physics, so that
Mhm.
you can see different type of the scientific fields inside of the creative structure.
You called the AI more of a colleague, a co-creator, a collaborator. But now I have a little bit of a deeper question. What does collaboration with the machine actually look like? How can we think of this? How do you start a process? Do you start telling it, I like this, I don't like this? So how do you start?
Actually, the structure is always changing according to the project. It's not just one the template or the one path for the every creation. The But generally, we are making the reverse engineering. The reverse engineering, it means the first of all, we are making decision of the final view of the artwork, what's supposed to be. I mean, for a physical way, is it immersive experience, or is it data sculpture, or is it transform the facade of the some media, the buildings? So the when we make the decision about the art forms and then visualization of visualization of the art form. Then after that, we are preparing to the idea, statement, mood board, and there's looks like a kind of the whole PDF for the entire team. By the way, this is not one man show. The more than 45 people working as an in-house team, and the team consists of very talent from AI artists, engineers, academicians, coders, data designers, the data scientists. We are preparing a kind of the whole PDF for the entire team. So in the beginning of the project, the team already know what is the idea, what's the name of the artwork, what kind of data we will integrate, and then what's the final the view of the artwork. Then after that, the team trying making happen with the exist technologies, exist algorithms. But I think this is the game-changing behavior, because if you stuck in algorithm like everyone, you will create the artwork like everyone. But if you forget the entire technology and algorithms, capabilities, and everything, just focus on the idea, it's changing, because you are pushing the algorithms for getting to the unique way of the visualization of the artwork. So our behavior lasts more than 17 years. Then I think that's when we create the something, it looks like much more unique according to the other creations. And then we are not using actually ChatGPT or Midjourney or Runaway or Kling, that kind of things. And it's not just the one AI algorithm integration. There is multiple steps, and for each multiple steps, we created multiple AI algorithms. Sometimes we created our own LLMs. For example, there's a three different steps for the creation. The step one, data scientific parts. I mean, the collection of the data. Sometimes we collect the data from space, sometimes from the underground, ancient data, sometimes from the human brain, sometimes the human body, like a 37.2 trillion human cells. So it means the data diversity is amazing from the different sources, but there is always scientific background. So the team one has a responsibility preparing and getting to that data scientific part and the source data. The second team has a responsibility prepare different type of the experiential AI algorithms. Like we already use the every AI algorithm in the world, like a GAN algorithm, TSIN algorithms, different type of the AI classifications codes made by Python coding. So this is so experiential. And some algorithms coming from our studio, some of them the open source. But generally we prefer using our own algorithms. And the third team has a responsibility preparing to the painting part from the outputs. So three different fields, three different the teams, and we also created the bridge custom softwares between each team. And that's the general behavior of each artwork. Of course, if there's a physical object for the installation, there's another team, the architectural part. And the complexity of the creation is amazing, and artistic satisfaction behind this, actually, for example, our latest project, the Human Cell Atlas project, we focus on can we create self-portrait of humanity with AI? That was our main question for. And this is the so basic prompt. You can put any platforms right now, the ChatGPT, Gemini, the Banana, whatever, and you can get the very fancy visuals, and you can put on the wall or gallery. It's okay, right? But we would like to focus on the much more scientific way, because of all that LLMs, much more visual database trained LLMs. So it means there's no scientific, because for example, Midjourney, why Midjourney is much more creative than others, because the data archive, probably Midjourney used the Pinterest, the data archive for the training for that model. That's why you are getting the very nice fancy designs from the Midjourney. So we focus on what if we can fit AI with the scientific data from the human body. 2016, More than 2,000 institutes came together around the world, and their aim was to create one of the biggest data archive from the human body. And they collected 37.2 trillion human cells, which is perfect data for us. So we with the AI, we use the PCA analyzers and different type of the scientific algorithms for classifications, and we got to two different outputs. We focus on the two outputs. One of the human shape, the other one is the nanoscale, the cell, the outputs from the AI. So from the micro and macro world, we could see how machine sees us when we fit the scientific data. It was so it was amazing challenge for us, because we had to face it, the huge amount of the data, and then the and by the way, this is the award winning the project. We already exhibit around the world, like London, Seoul, the New York, and everywhere almost. The Design Weeks, Beijing, Shanghai, and that project, it was the special because during to the collaboration with the algorithms and everything, we made the collaboration with the CERN. And this CERN, as you know, the world's biggest particle collider places. They are trying to understand the universe with the scientific experiential techniques. And we have an emotional connection with them. Actually, the last 5 years, we have been creating different type of the art pieces for them for each year, and that was the last artwork for them. And during to the art piece, we received the invitation from the Institute Machines. Institute Machines is a company, the private company for the space art performance. So their aim was to create first the space art digital museum surface on the moon, and they invited us. It was a so special project. They invited more than 300 artists around the world, and we were the only one AI artist inside of the that collection. So when we create the Human Cell Atlas project, we sent to the entire art piece to the New York, to the Nano Lab. An entire art piece recorded on the nano disk with the nanotechnology. And we put that disk surface on the SpaceX rocket, and we sent to the moon 2014. For 2024. It was so precious project, and it was the one of my childhood dream. Something, something special from our side, sending to space and putting permanent. It is amazing. By the way, right now our RP surface on the moon, and that disk will alive to 20,000 years in the space. Uh, if we live somehow the self-destruction, by the way, the possibly we will live, and we put also our data, so that maybe some species can find it and rebuild the entire humanity with that scientific data also. That was one of my passion project. So you can understand the flow and our mindset, for artworks. For each artwork, it's not big deal, the preparing abstraction from that data archive. Thing is, what is the idea? What is the idea? The idea is the so important. An integration of the idea with the beautiful art forms from that complexity of data. It's amazing approach. For example, we have been introduced to an extensive collection of over 100 data integrated artworks, and each emerging from a distinct data universe. It means that this journey has taken us through the multitude of realms, and beginning with the complexity of the human brain, moving to the space data, and delving into the ancient secrets. So there is a journey between the data universes, which is amazing. So when I look to my artistic practices, we realize that for that 17 years, we try to create the one story between the data universes with the different art forms around the world. It looks like a one performance. So and that's why I'm so excited and keep going to the integration of the data and the AI. And the amazing things, of course, the everyday technology is changing, and we don't know anything about the tomorrow. And so it is every morning our canvas is changing, our algorithms are changing, which is amazing and exciting as an artist.
Well, you really covered a lot of different aspects now, and let me try to structure this a little bit and summarize it a little bit. The only thing, well, the major thing I was taking out of this um, this keynote you almost did, um, was your approach that the project comes first and then you look for the technology. Of course, the process you are using is way too complex for almost everybody, but I think the basic structure, the basic approach can be a blueprint for almost everybody how to deal with AI, because and then you show where the creativity is and where the future creative human creativity in the future is going to, and what we need to do not to lose control over AI, just to be proactive and use it as a tool in different ways, because it's us who is determining how we are using it and what we are making out of it. And I think, Alex, you're going to agree on that.
Of course, I agree. But after hearing what you said, Ferdi, I have one big question that keeps coming into my mind again and again. You started, you're not a studio. You said you're an AI studio, but then you described how you handle AI, how it's working. Then I was thinking maybe you're a little bit more of a laboratory. And then again, it is, I think, a way of thinking. What would you say? Are you a studio? Are you a lab? Or is Ouch a new way of thinking?
The too many people are trying to put to that kind of the labels, or I mean the what are you doing exactly for living? I mean, are you researcher or director or artist or whatever? Actually, for the definition of the new media, the new media is I think is the best keyword and label for it, because the new media trying to integrate to too many the fields inside of the just one the practices for making the art. So that's why I prefer the new media studio. But the actually I don't care, because the time after the time when technology changing, this is totally new labels on the way. And for example, the 10 years ago there is no NFT artist, right? But right now, the 5 years ago, the too many NFT artists. I mean, the artist describing to their field with the NFT artist, right? As an NFT artist, and so the main idea is always this hybrid field coming from the art, science, and technology. I think these three topics are never change. I mean, for my artistic practices, I will always integrate art, science, and technology, because when you integrate the science, it's became real. It's more than abstraction. Behind that abstraction, there's a complex scientific experiential techniques, which is amazing. For example, the one of our project, we collaborate with the world best machine learning professors from NYU, MIT, and Harvard. So can you imagine the infinite possibilities collaboration between artists and scientists? And this is two ways inspiration actually, because all that code numbers, they represent to the scientific conclusions for them, for their community. But from our perception, it's becoming poetic, the art forms from that code numbers.
But then I have a question. When it's coming a poetic form, if it's changing, and you talk to so many scientists, Dieter already said we can learn a lot from your usage for the general usage of AI. But is AI an evolutionary step, or is it a cultural rupture? What would you say?
Depends on your purpose, but the I can tell you, for the each purpose, absolutely AI is changing the entire the mindset and everything, and it's opened the secret universes to humanity. That's my opinion about it. If you are thinking about the culture, yes. If you're thinking about the economy, if you're thinking about the government side, if you're thinking about the health, or security, or artistic forms. This is I think, we are not right now. We are living in the future, and it's just the beginning. Uh, but it's very interesting. It's like a Netflix movie. Nobody knows, is there a happy ending, or it's gonna be the different the approach, or the we will leave the self destruction. Who knows? But I am so excited about that, because the right now there is a amazing opportunity. We can change the entire humanity path in a good way or bad way, and this is amazing approach. That right now we can choose the one of them, and we can change the entire our daily life quality. We can solve every problems. It's amazing approach, but in the same time, this is the bad sides, the showing to the dark sides. So I don't know what we will live, but the I would like to be think about the positive way, definitely.
I was in my opening, in my introduction. I was saying I was giving this positive approach, and again, your little keynote made me, oh, well, keynote made me very positive again, because you have
Yeah,
this
yeah.
very positive approach to it, and you show where it can lead to, and if we use it the proper way. And this is, of course, the big challenge we are faced with, and that's actually what we're talking about always when in this podcast, and not only there, because this is a big challenge. We have to make the best out of it.
I think that the big responsibility coming from the big players, they will decide it. That big companies, the main boards will decide to going to the ethical way, and good for humanity. There are multiple things, but as an artist, we focus on how we can increase the scientific community with the art. That was our actually purpose. For example, according to the latest project for the Grand Egyptian Museum, we collaborated with them, and that was one of another my dream, to create the LLM model using the hieroglyphs and that ancient data. So because the design is about solving the problems, but art is about making question, right? But what about the art? They also transform as a scientific tool for the scientists. Right now, it's possible. So we will we try to focus on the create the living architectural installation, but at the same time tool for the archaeologues. According to that project, for example, that we are working on it, the LLM model. Imagine you are archaeologues and you found some stone tablets, but some hieroglyphs disappears because of the time issue, and our AI art piece can fill it and show it, and also that they can make the research inside of the 6,000 years latent space made by AI. And also AI can show some enigmas which is hiding behind the hieroglyphs and illustrations, because probably there are too many secrets and enigmas hiding inside of the 6,000 years hieroglyphs, right? It's totally the new book you can open and read with the AI. And then you cannot to make research with your naked eyes like this. So it means that for the using the AI, it's totally depends on your purpose, and we trying to create the multi-purpose for each artwork. And right now we are focused on the much more useful art pieces also for the scientists.
You said you influence science. You said you influence the way how we look at AI as well. We talked a little bit about LLMs, about Runway, about Midjourney, and so on. But what do you believe will be the next major shift after AI?
Oh, I think the major shift, there are too many the fields major shift. For example, for the art part is different, the topic. For the health is totally different. Right now, for example, we are talking about the solving the huge the body problems like a cancer, the or anti-aging. There are too many multiple topics that AI can handle it probably in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. For the artistic way, the my opinion is the major thing is the probably the for the artistic side the people will come back. It means the absolutely for the new media artists and the artists who is using technology like us, they will integrate much more AI, much more technology. But for the traditional way of the artworks, they will focus on the much more man handmade the art piece probably because the when you by the way there is another the thing is right now on the internet. I don't know, do you know that the right now the very fancy percentage of the content coming from the AI. So it means the AI training itself with the own creations. So it's another the worst case scenario for the AI approach, the eating itself with the own creation. If people stop to create their own the contents, but there's a so organic way the prepare it's gonna be became much more organic way of the creations with AI and human made together. uh, so there's a multiple the milestones we will live, and nobody can guess the 1 year later. Actually, 1 year later it means like 100 years later in AI fields. And it's give us the always surprise the interesting thing. For example, 500 years ago, if you are a painter, there's so same tools, the paint, the canvas is the same white, and always your tools are same. But right now, every morning, our algorithms are changing. We are inventing new technology. For example, according to our latest artwork, we always thinking about how we can integrate the audience, the emotional reactions inside of the artwork with the poetic way and without any device. According to our latest installation in Dubai, we tracked the 25,000 people expressions in real time, and they created their own collectively art piece in real time in publicly. So it means the same guy can be visitor and can be the artist with their own data, and also can be collector. They can buy it. So this is this is the happy this century, and it means we are not observer anymore, because when you go to contemporary art museum, you are just observer. There's a gap between you and art piece. But right now, you became an art piece with your own emotional data. And also, we really love to integrate the people in brains activities in real time for creating immersive experiences. So it means that when you enter any place, that place will respond with your emotional reactions, and it's two ways interaction between the immersive experience and you. For example, we created art piece for the Saadiyat Cultural District in Abu Dhabi. Uh, we collaborate with the opera, Idris Alba, Will I Am, and Norman Foster for create that real-time brainwaves, the art piece. Every great minds became an artist with their own emotional thoughts. So integrated their imagination, creativity, deep thinking, deep sleeping, and heartbeats data in real time. So the thing is not just the blurry between the virtual and real world, also the blurry between the audience and the canvases, and all that people came a canvas with that technology. And so again, there are the multiple milestones, and we don't have any idea what will come more. And it's so excited as an artist.
Well, I think we come. This was some great final words from your end, and it was really a great session we had. I learned a lot. I mean, I had a presentation of you before,
Uh-huh.
and I learned a lot. And now it was not just repeating; it was many new aspects. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. And I hope we can have this opportunity much more often, and even maybe collaborate at one point or the other. And yeah, Alex, your questions really were, as usually, were on the point again.
From my side, again, thank you. I'm really looking forward to see what else you're going to create. And I really want to say this. I learned a lot. I work with AI every day. It's my daily business. That's what I do for a job. But after what you said, I learned a lot to approach it a little bit differently, to look a little bit more at it as a collaborator, as a tool that will shape together with us and not just a tool. And I really want to thank you for those insights because they helped me get another grasp of this technology.
Oh, thank you so much. It was the pleasure for me. Actually, also I'm gonna share with you my TED talk because I had to I had to explain my 15 years in 8 minutes. So this is this is the good example, and yeah, yeah, and a good explanation from my artistic practices. The thing is, actually, we really love to share our know-how in transparency with the people also. That's why we always sharing our data journey in publicly. If you are familiar computer science, you can see what kind of algorithms we are using, what kind of the flow we are using. I am so happy to increase that community with our practices. And then the amazing thing is actually that we are using the universal language of the math and art. So it means there is no any culture related or religion or ages. So that's why I am so happy to share with you guys.
Thank you. And now back to our listeners and viewers, conversations like this remind us that the future isn't something abstract or distant. It's something we're actively shaping, often in ways we don't immediately notice. Whether through data, algorithms, human intuition, creativity continues to evolve, and with it, our understanding of what it means to be human in a digital world. If today's episode sparked any questions or perspectives, like with me, we'd love you to carry them with you beyond this conversation. So, thank you for listening to Today and Tomorrow. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe, share it, or leave us a review. It helps the show. It helps to get new wonderful guests like Ferdi. We'll be back soon with another conversation exploring the ideas shaping the world of today and the possibilities of tomorrow. And as always, the final words go to Dieter and Ferdi.
Well, thank you, Ferdi. It really was insightful as usual, and thank you, Alex. Always great. Thank you for that you are there with me doing this for 2 years now. I think something like
Yeah.
that, and it's a long time already. And yeah, we accomplished something.
It's a pleasure as always. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful time. And from me, it's a wonderful ciao ciao.